Hello and welcome. I'm Marques, and this is the first episode of the weekly report by Marques. For those of you who don't know me or what I do, I go around to local sporting events around Metro Atlanta and Gwinnett and just places that are close to there and interview coaches and athletes about the game. I've been kind of trying to branch out of that for a while now, and I'm finally doing that. Like, all of that is cool. Interviewing people, getting to go on the field, on the court. It's cool. I want to do more, So I'm doing that. On this podcast, I plan to talk about upcoming games, games to watch, games of the week, and rankings for the regions that I cover. And I just said Metro Atlanta, but what does that mean? The regions that I cover in Metro Atlanta are 6A, regions 4, 7, and 8. And since it's currently basketball season, I'll be talking about basketball. But as the year goes on and the seasons change, I can change what I'm talking about. Like, if I started this in fall, I could have been talking about football. And in spring, I could be talking about baseball. We'll see where the wind takes us. But I'm also going to be doing a player spotlight every week. And the player spotlight does not have to be in the region I cover. Shoot, they don't even got to be in Georgia. Got a problem with it? Argue with your mama. It's my show. I'm going to do what I want. Now let's get into the rankings. All of these rankings will be coming from Max Preps, by the way. So if you ever got a problem with one of the rankings or how I'm saying or what I'm saying, take it up with Max Preps. It's not me. I'm just reading here, okay? All right, so the first region I'm going to talk about is Region 4. Surprise, surprise, Grayson is in the 1 spot. They're currently 6-0 in region play. And Grayson's also number 3 team in Georgia, which is also pretty cool, but not outlandish for Grayson. They've been a powerhouse in Georgia for who knows how long now. They've just been beating everybody. And they have an overall record of 17-0, and I think I just said it, but they're 6-0 in region play. Absolutely killing it. At the number 2 spot, Newton and South Gwinnett are tied, both being 4-2 in region play. But if two teams faced off, I'd have to give it to South Gwinnett. I got South Gwinnett over Newton. South Gwinnett has better players in my opinion. It's just what I've seen. And then in 3 spot is Groveton. They're 3-4 in the region, and everybody below them is worse than that. Moving on to Region 7, Peachtree Ridge is in the 1 spot. They're 7-2 in region play, and they've actually been kind of on a tear lately. They won their last 3 games, and 2 of them was against tough region matchups. They played Berkmar, and then they played somebody else that was a pretty good team for the region, and came out on top. So it's good for them. They've been on an exciting little run recently. And then number 2 spot we have Meadow Creek, and Meadow Creek has also been on a bigger tear recently. They won 5 straight, and they're looking extremely dangerous right now. And I think they're gonna keep rolling for a little bit. And in the number 3 spot we have Berkmar. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Meadow Creek, Parkview, and Berkmar are all tied at 2 spot in the region. They're all 6-3 in region play. But I take Meadow Creek over Parkview and Berkmar, and I take Berkmar over Parkview. If you disagree, I'm sorry. Look at the tape. If you don't like what you see in the tape, argue with a wall. Argue with a wall. It's my show. It's my opinions. Fight me. Now, Region 8 is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think it's just the way that Max Prep does the rankings, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In the number 1 spot, we have Central Gwinnett. They're 7-1 in the region, and they're looking pretty good. Recently they've been a fun team to watch. They got a few transfers in from Discovery and Mountain View and other places last year, maybe 2 years ago, but I think last year, and they've been exciting to watch ever since. But yeah, they're 7-1 in the region. They're doing pretty good. And in the 2 spot, we have Decula. Now here's why Decula in the 2 spot is a weird part of that. Realistically, they're number 1 in the region, but here I'm gonna talk about it. They're 17-2 overall and ranked 29th in Georgia. So realistically, they play against anybody in that region. They should be the 1 spot. They should take that down. But they're 6-1 in region play, and Central has 1 more win, so that's why they're ranked above them. But yeah, number 2 spot, Decula. Crazy. And in the numbers 3 spot, You have Buford, who've actually also been on a tear recently. They won their last 5 straight, and they actually handed Decula their first and only region loss. So at least so far, Decula might lose again. Who knows? Um, but yeah, that's all. That's all the rankings for this week. Let's move on to games to watch and upcoming games for this week. Now you may ask me what the difference is between a game to watch and a game of the week. A game to watch would just be like a cool game to go see, um, like just this is a game that you would want to go see, um, like you could have a college game going on, but then you have a chance to go to the NBA game, and that would be the game that you would go see, and that's the difference between game to watch and the game of the week. So hopefully that made some sense. But games to watch this week, there are normally games on for varsity. There's normally games on Tuesdays and Fridays. So I'm gonna break it down in 2 different days, and then we'll get into the game of the week. So my games to watch for this Tuesday, January 27th. Buford hosts Central Gwinnett at 7:30. Now I have Buford winning this game. Just I got Buford winning this game. It's gonna be an exciting one for sure, but I got Buford winning it. North Gwinnett hosts Peachtree Ridge at 7. I think Peachtree Ridge walks in the North and takes that dub. Like Peachtree Ridge has just been on a tear lately, and when they played earlier this season, North Gwinnett couldn't handle the pressure that Peachtree Ridge was applying. So I think that stays the case here. I think that stays the way that it goes. It might be a close game, but honestly, give me Ridge by 10 plus. Give me Ridge by 10 plus, in my opinion. And the last game to watch for Tuesday is South Gwinnett hosts Newton at 7:30. And now, as I said before, give me South, bro. Give me South. I don't think Newton can handle that. I don't think Newton can handle that. South is gonna take that one. Now my games to watch for this Friday: North Gwinnett hosts Norcross at 7 o'clock. I really think that one could go either way. Both teams' record aren't that good, but when they faced earlier in the season, North Gwinnett took the dub. So I'm gonna assume that stays the case here. Just because North Gwinnett has a lot of assets, so does Norcross, but North Gwinnett has a lot of assets, and now that football players are back playing too, I definitely give it to North Gwinnett. And Discovery hosts Mill Creek at 7, also on Friday. Again, could really go either way, but I like Mill Creek in this game. And funnily enough, we're moving on to my game of the week now. Funnily enough, my game of the week is the only game that's on a Wednesday this week. Berkmar is hosting Meadow Creek at 7. And I think this should be an intense reason game between two powerhouses. I know I said powerhouses and but they're not number one in the region. Trust me, they are. You go see them and you're like, okay, I understand. But there are definitely two powerhouses. I think this game should be really exciting. They're two of the best teams in the region that I think. As I just said, the numbers speak for themselves. I know they're 2 and 3, but the numbers speak for themselves. They're two of the best teams in the region, and they have been for the past few years. I think this one's going to be close to the end. I don't think either team is going to pull away until the very end. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think this game should be really, really exciting to go see. So that's my game of the week. Last time these two teams faced off, Berkmar won by only 4 points. So I think Meadow Creek definitely going to be coming looking for a get back, especially because it's at Berkmar. Meadow Creek is definitely going to be trying to walk in there and take the dub. So I think they do it too. I actually think Meadow Creek is going to go in there and take the win. So give me Meadow Creek. That's it for my games to watch and my games. Whoa, that's it for my games to watch and my game of the week. Wow, wow. Now we move on to our player spotlight for this week. Our player spotlight goes by the name of Connor Teasley. You probably never heard that name before. If you know me, you've heard the name. But Connor is a 6'3" combo guard at Next Level Academy. When I tell you this boy here is a scorer, this boy here is a scorer, bro. It's not just that, but I'm telling you, he can put the rock in the basket. But aside from just being a scorer, he can pass the ball. He plays defense really well for his size. And he goes up and gets boards. You remember seeing Russell Westbrook get all them triple doubles? He not getting triple doubles, but he's getting double doubles with rebounds instead of assists. It's insane to watch. Like he just goes up in there and gets it. And on top of that, he's scoring all these points. He was putting up 2019 James Harden numbers. Like I've been trying to talk to y'all about him for a minute, but I've been putting it off. I've been getting busy. Life happens. But I'm just trying to talk to y'all about him for a minute. He was putting up 2019 James Harden numbers. Like 20 points was an off day for him. He was going absolutely crazy. And I'm put up the numbers. I'm gonna put up the numbers. Like they speak for themselves. Like he was going stupid, bro. And that's why Connor is our player spotlight for this week. In other news, I'm sure y'all already seen this, but Indiana won their first national championship on Monday, January 19th, MLK Day. They won 27. They won 27-21 against Miami, and honestly, it was closer than expected. I knew Miami was going to pull it out, but I thought they was going to like, take off on them. Like, really, I really did. And as I'm recording this, actually, the Seahawks just beat the Rams to make it to the Super Bowl, and they'll play the Patriots, which is the Super Bowl 49 rematch. And I'm actually really, really excited for this game because, you know, the Seahawks, actually, you didn't know, but the Seahawks is what got me into watching football for real. Like back in Super Bowl 48 when they played the Broncos and they beat the brakes off of them, that was when I really started watching football, and it's one of my favorite sports to this day. Like sometimes I wish I still played it. I did play football. I played basketball too. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just here yapping. But that the Seahawks were one of my favorite teams to watch. They still are one of my favorite teams to watch. And the next year after they beat the Broncos and lost to the Patriots, I was crushed, bro. I was on the floor crying. It was a mess. But so I know, how do you even think to pass the ball when you have the best goal line running back in the league? Make that make sense to me. Y'all know what I'm talking about too. I'm guarantee everybody's seen this. Seahawks fans, it's engraved in their memory. How do you not hand the ball off there? I'm shocked. I'm still shocked to this day. It's like 11 years later. I'm still shocked. Anyways, give me the Seahawks this year. They better not mess it up again. Like, give me the Seahawks this year, though. Yeah. Seahawks for Super Bowl 60. I'm saying it a lot because I mean it. I'm upset. Anyways, that's going to do it for episode 1. If you made it all the way to the end, I mean, you might as well like and subscribe, right? Because you made it this far. You might as well like and subscribe. And go get an Instagram a follow. I'll leave it down below in the description. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And tune in for next week for episode 2.